Oh my goodness gracious. This is it. I'm about to be exposed for the master duel fraudulent duelist that I am. It's all over from here. But I do have one humble request. So when you finish this video, when you've unsubscribed in disgust, when you've blocked me, when you've started trending hashtags on Twitter or whatever the kids use these days, I don't really know. When you do all of that stuff, please, 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 don't tell my parents. They don't realize that they've raised a Joey Wheeler type duelist. They still think they're raising like a Kaiba or even an Atem or all those other anime protagonists that I'm definitely extremely familiar with after Yuki Judai. Yeah, I know them all. Hey everybody, my name is Dr. Poplove. I am your Weirdo Geek Bro, and today we're doing something a little bit different for this channel, something new, something that I am excited about and hopefully we can carry on into the future. We're doing like a replay narrated commentary thing. I don't know what to call it. We're gonna go through a whole duel together, and I want to make this as interactive as possible for both of us. I don't want it to just be me telling you like, oh, this and that or whatever, A plus B equals C, or wait, what? But you get what I'm saying. So at different points in the duel, I'm going to ask you to pause if you want to leave a response and kind of quiz you, or I'm just going to be asking if you would have done something else different with the hand or the deck list, which is provided in the description and the pinned comment and all that good stuff. So just trying to make it as interactive as possible, as opposed to me just droning on like this, summoning my blue eyes white dragon, all that good stuff, ASMR. So let's get started with this duel, yeah? All right, so you know when you've been playing a game for a really long time and you're having a good time and all that, but you're just tired, it's late at night, your brain is mush, you're not making good decisions, but you still want to keep playing. That's me in this duel right here. I'm just like, I don't know what time it was, if it was like 3 a.m. or something crazy, but I should not have been playing this duel. I should have been sleeping. Opponent summons a Jet Synchron, so they're gonna combo into a bunch of, you know, synchro stuff that is, and here I am exposing myself for the first time in this video. It's my weak spot in Yu-Gi-Oh! I just personally don't care about synchro stuff. It's never been that interesting to me. I don't hate it or anything. Like, it's a perfectly fine mechanic, don't get me wrong, but it's a blind spot for me because I never really like enjoyed it when it was around, and then when I'm playing it now on occasion, it doesn't come up often enough for me, so it's not something I've committed to memory. So yeah, sure, I can tell you about like the staples of the format and all that stuff, but you know, I know what Stardust Dragon is, don't get me wrong, I'm not a complete fool, but as soon as you start doing like synchro combos and things like that, my eyes just glaze over. It's really bad. I'm really sorry. That is my weak spot. You know my great weakness. That's how you defeat me in a duel. Anyway, they're summoning Deskbot. They got Linkuriboh on there. This is all just combo material into Mecha Phantom Beast. What the hell is this guy's name? I don't remember. Mecha Phantom Beast, like Airplane or something like that. Aurora Dawn. Yeah, that's what it is. So at this point, nothing really we can do, right, with our hand. And by the way, deck list is in the description if you want to use this deck. And I'll talk more about that in a second, but we're playing the Tri-Brigade Zodiacs, obviously. So brings back Deskbot with 3,000 defense, 3,000 attack. But that's not really what this combo is about. The reason they were dropping their Synchron, whatever, and now Deskbot, and then the Mecha Phantom Beast, it's so that they can bring out one of their Xyz, or what am I saying, Xyz synchro cards, probably some kind of dragon, probably gonna have a negate effect, whatever. I mean, I'm cheating because I already know what happens in this duel, but that's usually what it ends up being anyway, is my point. So they got a bunch of tokens on the field, they got, you know, some monsters that went to the graveyard, came back. This ends up in the Borreload, or am I saying that right? I barely ever say these cards out loud, right? Like I'm saying them in my head, so I don't know if I'm saying them right. So comes out, activating more effects in the graveyard to special summon stuff. And this is the part of Yu-Gi-Oh! That I always say, like, you don't need to waste time reading. There are certain things that you need to read. So like I was reading Borreload Dragon here just to, you know, brush up. And yeah, Borreload can stop my effects, but I don't need to know how they got 14 other tokens and monsters in the field because I know that's just coming from their combo effects. I'll look at that after the duel and study the deck and learn from that. But in the moment, in the heat of the moment, I can't spend my time reading every single graveyard card when I already have the game sense for it. I don't need to know exactly the conditions because it's already been played. I just need to know if it has a graveyard effect. So opponent ends the turn with Herald, which is going to stop one of my effects, and then Borreload is going to be able to stop 1,000,000 of my effects, but only once per turn. Very key distinction here. So, okay, at this point in the duel, to be completely honest with you, I was like, what did I get myself into? Of course I'm playing a synchro deck, like my weakness, I'm just gonna make Zeus, and we're gonna go from there. The opponent has 2 negates on the field, basically, per turn. Well, Herald disappears after it negates, but for the purpose of this turn, they have 2 negates. So I'm just thinking to myself, if I bring out Zeus, I'll clear those negates, and then I'll worry about everything else later. And I play Tenki there just to get something else in my hand. I'll cover that in a second as it comes, but sometimes I'm just, you know, sloppy dueling in the middle of the night like that. And honestly, sometimes those duels end up being the most fun, because when you're trying to play everything fully optimized to full perfection, sometimes it can feel a little bit routine, a little bit factory-like. And at the end of the day, the type of duel that I love the most is the dramatic anime duel where it swings hard both ways. Unfortunately, in order to accomplish that, you end up having to misplay. And I mean, no one wants to misplay on purpose, right? So here I got Thoroughblade into my hand from Tenki, and I'm not going to use its effect because I don't want to get rid of Ram because that might come in handy later for like a Trident or something. And I don't want to use a Tri-Brigade because I need their effects. And so I put out this because it's basically my cannon fodder, and obviously it will get me to a Zeus. So we go into the Borbo here, and then we're going to attack life points, get the Zeus. But if you want to pause at this point, or like maybe even go back a few seconds, tell me, what would you have done in this situation? Please tell me, because in that moment I was just like, oh, forget about this. Why did I do this? Mom, where are my chicken tendies? And I just said, let's go Zeus, and then we'll worry about that later. I wasn't doing the typical thing of like, well, let me think a move in advance, or even 2 moves if I can. I was just like, why? Why, God? Why? Let me know if you would have done something differently, or what you have done. So the deck list is in the description. You can obviously see what I had in my hand and what I played, and based on the information you have available, I would love to know what you would have done in this situation. And if you don't know, you're not sure about the deck or anything, that's cool, man. Don't worry about it. You don't need to like feel like you have to comment or something like that to participate. Like, you do you, right? Have fun. So I attacked with life points. I attacked the life points with Borbo earlier, don't forget. That's because Zeus needs Borbo. Well, Zeus needs an Xyz card to attack and live, and then we can just keep stacking, basically. So the reason why we can keep stacking is because those are the effects of those Xyz Zodiacs. They just let you stack on top of each other. And so here I have the 4 Zeus, and I'm going to use its effect, which is to wipe the board. But I'm going to get negated here. Like, I'm not, you know, this is a sloppy duel, but I'm not that stupid. So the next up, what's going to happen is we're going to use the same effect again, and then we're going to be, you know, in a better spot, theoretically, because once we use the next effect, Herald is going to counter the effect because it wants to keep its board alive. So Herald is now going to go to the graveyard. Let me just take a real quick sip of water. My mouth, I don't know what's going on lately. My mouth just dries out within like seconds. All right, I'm back. I got that H2O. All right. So Zeus gets destroyed. But hey, wait a minute. Don't worry, it's fine, because we're in main phase 2, and now we have a bunch of stuff in the graveyard, and I mean, we're just using our fractal effect anyway, because why not? This deck benefits from having more graveyard stuff, so we sent Kit to the graveyard, which allows us to send Nerval to the graveyard in just a moment here. And the reason why we're doing that is because Nerval will add a monster to our hand that we want, which is cool. And now we have so many things in the graveyard that we can use as resources to special summon with this deck. It's extremely handy. We get Karass here. Like, I'm joking, you know, a little bit about how sloppy I'm being. I was very sloppy, but like, I still know how to play the game. So we draw our Karass, and then with the Karass, we can actually bring it on the field because its special effect, or its effect, lets you special summon itself by discarding one of your cards, basically. And now our graveyard is full of stuff, right? So we can bring out one of our boss monsters. It lets me go up to 4 there just because of what I have in the extra deck and all that. So now I'm just getting rid of stuff from my graveyard and banishing it. Actually didn't need as many materials as I had, but I mean, it's all good. More materials for this deck doesn't usually hurt. So Shrek is on the field now, and this lets us destroy, or banish, I should say, because destroy is an actual game term. Banish something from the field. So once again, I quickly double check that Mecha, whatever, Phantom Beast card, and I'm just like, I'm not reading that. Get out of here. We're getting rid of the Borreload. And now, all of a sudden, the momentum of the duel is in my favor. The opponent still has 3 cards in their hand, but we have a Max C, and they're going to need to special summon. Whatever the next move is, they're going to need to super special summon. And it's going to play into our favor. And even though I'm exposing myself with like my worst duel of the last like 5 days, it's still not the worst, I hope. I mean, if you've already unsubscribed, I'm sorry, you know. You're not watching this video, why am I saying I'm sorry to you? Anyway, we click on the fish. We like to play with our fish, but the thing is, our field has or our side of the field, our board, whatever. Our cards have no protection on them right now, so they can be very easily cleared out, and we are hoping that we don't get OTK'd here. I am feeling confident in this moment. I remember very much remember that in this moment I was like, there's no way this synchro deck is gonna OTK me, right? Well, I mean, we'll see. But they summon their gosh, what's it called? Jet Synchron. All a jet junk. So exposed with this synchro stuff, so exposed. I immediately run my Maxi just because it's like, hey man, we gotta get you. And at this point, I do, like, again, I'm making some jokes and stuff like that. I obviously do know synchros at least a little bit. I know that they're probably not going to be running as many hand traps as normal, so I don't feel too bad about like running Max C and stuff like that and worrying about it getting negated and all that good stuff. But they bring out their other synchro nonsense card, and of course they're going to synchro summon into more nonsense. There's going to be some dragon. It's going to be Junk Speeder, which is like the precursor to some dragon. Meanwhile, our Max C is doing work. We've already drawn 2 cards. Unfortunately, we don't have a Zodiac Ram combo, but even if we did, would it be that useful in this case? I don't know, you tell me. But basically your opponent's just getting a full board so that they can special summon some synchro nonsense that we're not going to read, but like secretly we're totally going to read it and like try to counter it, but we're not going to read it at all because we're so confident, we're so swaggy, we're so cocky. If you thought Atem was cocky, if you thought, or I guess if you didn't watch the end, what's it called, Yami Yugi, Dark Yugi, Other Yugi, whatever, if you thought he was cocky, oh my gosh, right now the cockiness is just radiating from me. I have become a literal beacon of, I can't say that on YouTube, right? I can't probably say that anyway. As you can tell, I'm going a little bit crazy here, narrating a full duel where pretty much nothing is happening on our opponent's side of the field. All they're doing is just filling it up with materials. Like, it doesn't really matter within the context of the duel. These aren't cards that are going to dramatically like change our life from the graveyard, but here we go. We've got the what do you call it, Cyberse Quantum Dragon, and basically when he attacks or when they attack our monster here, they will get rid of it. They will send it back to our extra deck, which, I mean, not ideal. And at this point I distinctly remember, oh wait a minute, could he have OTK'd me? But it's okay, right? We're in the battle phase. Probably not, right? Right, senpai? And, you know, like I said, it's just one of those duels that are horrifying when I think... This is the type of duel that, you know, like when your brain at night, you know, thinks of some cringy stuff you did when you were like 15 in high school. This is what my brain thinks about when I'm thinking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Obviously, plenty of cringy high school stuff. I had a Linkin Park wristband. I mean, I love Linkin Park, but like I wore that wristband like it was a thing. It's not a thing. Please no. Anyway, now they have a red Supernova Dragon, which cannot be destroyed by opponents' card effects. So, okay, this is an amazing card, but in the current format, in modern or contemporary Yu-Gi-Oh, doesn't really concern us at all. So it's got 7,000 attack, which great, you know, it's main phase 2, so we're not super worried about it. But to take out a card like this in contemporary Yu-Gi-Oh, it shows you the power creep of the game. Or, you know, maybe power creep is an unfair term. Maybe the right term is just the evolution of the game, but like it It's easy to take care of. 7,000 attack is not what it meant, 10 years ago. So at this point, do I even know what I'm doing? I'm probably just like half asleep with this giant hand, misplaying like crazy. Tell me what you would have done with this giant hand, because I definitely when I played my monster here and then chained Forbidden Droplet on there, I'm like, oh, that's right, I could have played Forbidden Droplet first, but then I realized, wait, why am I chaining this? This is stupid. Also, why didn't I just like let Karas's effect resolve first to see if my opponent can counter it in any way, and then I can do the droplet later? Like, I don't. There's just no, I have 2 brain cells and they're not rubbing together at this point in the duel. So whatever, it is what it is. But Forbidden Droplet is amazing because it's now allowing me to completely get rid of the dragon's effect. We don't need to worry about that supernova business. And you'll see in just a second here, they end up trying to use it, but to no avail, of course. So now you have a board here where it's, a tiny monster that has a no real threat to us in defense mode. And then we have this dragon that's been halved by Forbidden Droplet, also can't use its effect. And I mean, now we're cooking with gas, or whatever 50s people say as their phrases. Now, the opponent's hand here lights up, or board or whatever, and I'm just like, little sus, what's gonna happen here? But once again, I'm just sloppy duel. I just want to end it. Tell me what you would have done, please, on this turn. I would love to know if you're watching this with a sound mind, unlike I was when I was playing it. But we activate Fractal's effect. I remember my line of thought there was like, yeah, man, I'm just gonna get even more stuff in the graveyard because you never know when you need those materials. Even though I have like 50,000 materials that I can use in there, doesn't hurt to have more, man. Which maybe a mistake, maybe not a mistake. Who knows, really? I mean, you tell me. I really, I'm serious when I say that. Like, I want you guys to tell me what you would have done differently, because I also want to take a look at it a little bit in terms of like, did the end of this duel like match the flow of the duel? Was it lucky? Was it unlucky? I don't want to spoil what happens in the end, but we'll see. So, okay. I'm using my typical Tri-Brigade effect here. As we do, all the Tri-Brigade monsters have that effect, right? Where they can special summon something from the extra deck using the graveyard. Once again, we're going to bring out a Shiraig here. My opponent's hand or board, whatever, keeps lighting up. I'm like, that doesn't sound so good, but I'm not too concerned about it at this point. And we get Shiraig on the board. We can get rid of their little boss monster. This is just another example. I was saying before, right? Like, getting rid of something like Red Supernova Dragon is super easy in modern or contemporary Yu-Gi-Oh! They try to activate its effect, but it's not going to work, obviously, because we use Forbidden Droplet. So it's super easy to get rid of it, and you don't even need a boss monster like Ominous Omen. There's so many different ways that you could have dealt with it. But because it banishes, and because, I mean, its effect doesn't really do anything anyway because it's been negated, but because of all of that, we're able to play with freedom. And at this point, I'm about to commit a sin, like a huge sin. So as we've seen, my opponent has graveyard effects. At this point, right here in the end phase, it's about to come up. Pause the video and tell me, what is the sin that I committed, okay? I want you to see if you have a sin. Wait, no, what am I saying? No, did I just make a double sin? I just made a double sin. Oh my God, no. I remember not putting down Called by the Grave on the field in this duel. And I think that I just completely missed it again watching the duel back. I think I was supposed to put it down in the previous turn to prevent Red Supernova Dragon from even happening. And I literally didn't notice. Because I was probably telling you some stupid story about like wearing a Linkin Park wristband. Again, I love Linkin Park. Don't give me Linkin Park hate. It's literally my favorite band. Anyway, I can't believe it. This is not like a YouTube bit. I'm literally like mad at myself right now. Or I'm completely misremembering the duel and I'm just an even bigger idiot. But at this point, all right, folks, it doesn't really matter what our opponent's going to be doing because we just have so much stuff here on the board. I mean, I guess it matters if they're going to pop our back row, but we're feeling confident. They've already used up like 2 boss monsters. What else could they possibly have in their deck, right? Again, I'm not a synchro expert, but what else? I pop Called by the Grave here because of my great shame. I'm like, I didn't set it down before, I didn't use it, so I guess I'll just use it now. Yeah, I'll use it. And yeah, now I'm having this like weird Mandela effect. Like, did I misremember that I didn't use it, or did I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna watch this video back after it's uploaded. Well, I mean, while I'm editing or whatever, setting the music and see, and then I'm gonna upload it anyway, and you guys are probably gonna be like, this dude is so freaking cringy, I gotta unsubscribe. But hey, that's life. Can't always be a winner. Again, our opponent here is activating their engine, right? They're just basically working their way up to the next special summon, but doesn't really matter because we have infinite impermanence on the board, which is going to stop a monster effect. We have Tri-Brigade Revolt, which is just going to bring us more monsters that we know and love. So it's not really like a thing that we need to be concerned about. And well, I say that, and then I also said that I'm not a synchro expert, so who knows, maybe I just completely missed something obvious. But my game sense tells me over 20 years of playing Yu-Gi-Oh! That at this point, everything should be okay. But you never know until the end. You never know until the end, so don't quit the video, please. Please, I love you. I love you. Linkuriboh comes back, and I honestly, at this point, I'm just like, what the hell is this guy gonna summon? Like, what even is this? How is this duel still going? I'm such a fool. I'm such an idiot. We got Monster Reborn. What's he gonna bring back? Probably one of the boss monsters, but remains to be seen. And I legitimately don't remember. Okay, that's where it is. The dragon that can basically attack us and then send us back to our deck. So extra deck. So at this point, let's just end the duel. Tri-Brigade Revolt. Let's get some other bosses on the field and let's start interrupting whatever this might lead to. I have no idea if this is the full play for my opponent. Maybe you guys can tell me because you're probably synchro experts and I'm just a peasant. I have no idea if there's more to this or if this was supposed to be like the last stand for my opponent. All I know is that I'm one sloppy piece of crap. I don't deserve the deck that I have. I don't deserve gems. I don't deserve to be dueling like this. I don't deserve that little platinum frame. Step Duelist is not someone that deserves good things in life. I get it. I get it. If you want to hit dislike on this video, you can. Actually, you know what? Maybe don't do that. Now that I said it, that's going to happen. So, okay. I'm just bringing back, what do you call it? I'm just bringing back 4 cards onto the field with my Tri-Brigade Revolt in order to get out a different monster. So because Tri-Brigade Revolt lets us special summon good stuff from our extra deck using our graveyard, and we're actually going to end up getting some of the effects of those cards that go back to the graveyard, which is handy, but we're not going to need it because, spoilers, I don't get to finish this duel after this. This is it. A bit anticlimactic, I'm sorry, but that's kind of what happens when we watch full duels. My opponent's about to rage quit in just a moment here. So tell me, folks, this has been undoubtedly a sloppy duel from me. And then I've apparently gone crazy trying to narrate it as well, missing my own misplays that I anticipated. Or missing my own misplays that I did that I remember that I wanted to talk about because I'm just trash. So okay, maybe this duel actually goes on for longer than I thought. I thought I was doing an intro or outro. No, no. Exposed. So exposed. Folks, I love you. My name is Dr. Poplove. If you actually enjoyed this video, do let me know if you want me to do more commentary videos. They don't all have to be like comedic or stupid. Obviously, we'll do serious ones as well. But yeah, if you had a good time, let me know. And I still don't know how to end the video. Bye.